Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Scarlet Fu and Paul Sweeney live here in our Bloomberg Interactive Broker Studio, streaming live on YouTube as well. Boy, green on the screen, that's for sure. Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move today. We're joined by Bloomberg's Christina Aquino. Christine, what are you looking at?
Well, Paul, it's not just tech that is leading this rally today. We have a rally in a lot of other companies as well, including Bristol-Myers. So ticker BMY, those shares are up more than 4% at the moment. So interestingly, it's actually benefiting not necessarily from its own news, but because of news from its competitor Bayer, but has positive read across for this company. So Bayer's experimental stroke prevention drug saw some positive results, and Cantor Fitzgerald analysts saying that Bayer's data supports confidence in BMY's own program in secondary stroke prevention. And so very interesting, especially because in the context of earlier declines earlier this month, because BMY's most important experimental medicines appeared unlikely to benefit patients who suffered a heart complication. So that was a setback earlier this month, but now looks like they're benefiting from this positive results from Bayer's stroke prevention drug. So there you go.
All right, good stuff. Second stock you're watching?
We're looking at Cooper Companies today. So ticker COO. Those shares up just slightly, 0.4% now. So Cooper Companies, it's a maker of medical devices and surgical instruments. It's getting a little bit of activist action, actually. So investors, Browning West writing a letter to its board saying that its, quote, inadequate oversight has led the company to significantly underperform and miss financial guidance. So apparently Browning West is recommending director candidates and is urging the company to pause any restructuring efforts. So clearly, maybe something that could be weighing on the stock today. That's why it's not rallying as much as the rest of the complex.
All right, one more. Warner Brothers Discovery?
Warner Brothers Discovery.
What's going on there? Any news yet?
Well, no news yet. The news is that there's no news, which is evidently weighing on the stock today. So ticker WBD, those shares are down 1.6%. We did get bids from Netflix, Comcast, Paramount, Skydance, all within the November 20th deadline. But now investors are really just wondering, when are we going to get the news? Because if they don't reach a deal, then they might just continue their plan to separate their cable networks from the rest of the businesses. They're hoping to make a decision by Christmas, but doesn't seem like, we're getting anywhere close. I mean, the bids are interesting, right? So Comcast and Netflix primarily interested in a film and TV library, and Paramount is willing to buy the entire company. But I think the uncertainty just really comes from the fact that this is potentially going to be its fourth owner in 7 years. And so you can imagine investors not really liking the lack of certainty around its ownership moving forward.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.